Hey there, I'm Jen. Welcome to my shop, Sentimental Wood Art. Come along and join me on my woodworking journey as I create things that just touch my heart and make me smile, and learn to get more creative with each adventure and project that I dive into. Can't forget my puppies since I'm a dog walker. I hope you find something that generates an idea for you. I had this idea for a birthday present that I'm going to do on the CNC using this length of wood and thickness. But it's been a while since I've been on the CNC, so I thought I should practice first. So I thought some St. Patty's Day cards would be the way to go. So I'm going to paint this Baltic birch green to start with. I was thinking about doing a sponge effect on this. I'm not sure what that's going to do with the wood. I know there are some details that I'm forgetting. In particular, thickness of wood. I know that matters when you're working on the CNC. So I got my calipers out and measured before I went to the CNC. It's been since December of 2020 that I've used this. It's going to take some reteaching for me to understand what I'm doing. Well, this tells you how long it's been. My clock's behind, and that's as far as it could get because it needs the program administrator, which is my husband. Oh, good grief. So a few things that I've forgotten since I've worked on this is to work with the different elements. You first have to click off of the screen. Like, so if you're working on the St. Patty's part, but then you want to mess around with it, and if you want to move to the happy, you've got to click completely off of the Shamrock and then go on to the happy. There's always so many distractions. Now I got to get back to those details I was talking about before and getting my measurements just so. So I measured the little piece of wood, its width and height, but then I realized once it's clamped in, I've got to measure in between the clamps. So I programmed that in after I'd already designed it. And look at that. I got to redo my design. When you're working with such small material, you've got to pay attention to where it's cutting. Is it the inside path, the outside path, on the shape itself? And the images, that's what it looks like. So another thing you got to pay attention to is the font. There are certain fonts on the CNC that just aren't going to show up when you go so small. When I zeroed this out on the CNC, I did a really good job on the first one. The second one, I went way too deep. If you can see, that's way too deep. It messed with the happy. Lots of the pieces of the H chipped out, and the A and the P. But then I did an okay job on the last one. So something to keep in mind when I want to make the present on the CNC, because it's got to be this small a font. Even the slightest error is going to mess the whole thing up.